number 2, Student of the Month recognition.
We are going to actually start with Matthew Green. He was the Student of the Month in February, and he was nominated by Mrs. Williams. And Mrs. Williams says, Matthew always follows directions. He is a great listener. He is kind to others and makes them feel included. He is a good friend and a kind classmate. He is a joy to have in class. Congratulations. And then next we have Lily McCaslin. Dressed up here. And Lily was nominated by Mrs. Rand. And Mrs. Rand says, Lily comes to school each day ready to learn with a positive attitude and a quiet smile. She works hard in all subjects, always tries her best, and never gives up. What makes Lily especially unique is her dream of becoming a teacher one day. She loves helping her classmates understand their work, offering encouragement, and setting a great example in the classroom. She shows patience, kindness, and leadership qualities that will make her an amazing teacher in the future. She even adds encouraging words to her teacher like, you can read so good, and I love your freckles, Mrs. Rand, onto her papers. She is a shining example of what it means to be a leader in 3rd grade. Congratulations. And it doesn't look like...
She's in the hallway.
Is she in the hallway? This is Lydia Sims, and she was nominated by Miss Bowen. Lydia is a wonderful student. She works hard on her academics and is very polite and respectful. She goes the extra mile on her schoolwork and takes initiative to help without being asked. She always comes to school with a smile on her face and has a positive attitude. She's always ready to learn.
Good evening. Our middle school student of the month is Florenzo Joseph. Lorenzo is an 8th grader. He was nominated by Mrs. Hall, but then all the teachers were like, yes, he is the student of the month for sure. And then Mrs. Tower said this about him. Lorenzo is an outstanding member of our 8th grade class and truly deserving of this recognition. He is known for his kindness and friendliness towards others. Lorenzo brings positive energy to the classroom every day and has a wonderful sense of humor that keeps both his teachers and peers smiling. He is fun to have in class and consistently treats others with respect and care. I feel very lucky to have Lorenzo as part of my class, and I look forward to seeing him each day. And we all echo that throughout the whole school building. Lorenzo, you are a joy to have in class and in our school, and you are so supportive.
High school this evening, we are excited to honor Noah Breeden, Sr. Some highlights on Noah's career. He's had a great career, but really he's had a phenomenal senior year. He was the Mr. Football, Hoosier Boys State delegate as a junior, played football and track, and he is a shining star in our radio TV broadcasting program. And so I want to read to you what Mr. Janes wrote about Noah, who also nominated Noah. Noah has served as our primary play-by-play announcer and has served as executive producer for numerous projects. He possesses a tireless work ethic and knows the difference between being a boss and being a leader, and is always prepared. Last fall, during football state finals, I introduced Noah to Indiana SRN. They auditioned him as a camera operator, but soon became aware of his versatility, and he has served various roles for their live stream of college and high school sports. Rarely does a student work professionally while still in high school. Headed to Ball State in the fall, I'm certain he'll land as a freshman in the Sports Link program and eventually join Andrew Willett, Max Gilley, Genevieve Malone, Nolan Hendricks, and others who have used our program as a springboard to success. So congratulations, Noah.
Stay right here real quick. We're gonna get all of the students of the month would come up. We're gonna get a picture up here by our bulldog. Perfect. Hold it up, man.
One, two, three, and then you guys can.
Yeah,
Parents,
you
if you wanna get up,
and get a
you're
better
welcome
picture, you
to.
can. Feel free. It's up to you.
Okay, I think I need another one, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
One more here. Look at me, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Congratulations, everybody. Parents, you do not have to stick around if you want to get home for dinner and homework and all that. Now's the perfect time to go ahead and leave if you wish. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving on, we'll go to item number 3, Monroe-Gregg High School highlights.
So I first off apologize for the showing my age in terms of our presentation here. I've got handouts for you. We do have some stuff on the screen, but I did want you to have this handout. When we met with the strategic planning group, I was able to talk about some different key indicators. And so in December, when the high school presented, we had not talked much about SAT scores. Well, now's a really good time to do that. We just took the SAT, the in-school or the school day SAT, this past Tuesday. And we got everybody tested, but I believe 3 students. Anyhow, so tonight, oftentimes the principal gets to deliver the bad news, which is what I'm doing first with the bad news. And then I've got Andrew Grismore, who has really worked really hard with our teachers in trying to establish a really exciting program at our school that we've kind of had to keep quiet because we were just really close to being able to offer the Indiana College Core. And so we're going to talk about that after we talk about the SAT scores. And again, Melissa and Brandy did a great job of presenting their materials, and honestly, as you look at the data that I'm going to present, it kind of all falls in line. We feel pretty confident that we're going to have a much better year this year, and I can go ahead and explain some of those reasons why we think that. But first off, there's a cut score on the SAT. So all juniors take the SAT. This was put into place about 4 years ago. It's a really good deal for our kids. Our kids now get to experience the SAT. It's free, and they don't have to come on a Saturday morning from 7:30 to noon and go to Avon. They get to do it here at school. So those are all great things, in my opinion, and I think this makes a lot more sense than the I-STEP. So there's 4 tests within the SAT, and The first two tests are evidence-based reading and writing, and those are both, I think they're 24-question tests, and it amounts to 64 minutes. Kids then take a break, and then they do two tests in math, and those are both, I believe, 30-question tests, and it's about 70 minutes. So the cut score, where we are hitting our, what the College Board has said is college ready, is with math, sorry about this, I think it's 530, and then with the evidence-based reading and writing, it's 480. So the score that you would want to get as an overall score would be 1,010. Okay, that means you're proficient, you're college ready. So as we kind of look into the data here, and the data I got, this comes from the DOE, but this is a group called Navigator Analytics called Linkit. It's really good stuff. They have compiled data for us and basically given us a 4-year snapshot. So first off, you can see here, this is our English achievement. These are the percentages where we're at proficiency. And so you can go back 4 years, 47%, 42%, 45, and 44. If you go to that middle column, that's Morgan County. So in terms of English, reading and writing, we're pretty much right there with the county. Where we have had problems, we can go to the next slide, that's been with our math achievement. So our math achievement, as you can see, it's gone 31%, 22%, 14%, and 17% at proficiency. I can't explain the 14 and the 17. I can't explain the 14 and 17, I think. There was a lot of turnover, and I think that's where it's really important to think about our teachers, especially in our building. I mean, we have 3.5 math teachers, and we had 2 years ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago, we lost 3 math teachers during the school year. So obviously that was detrimental to our scores. I feel like this year we should improve off of that 17%. But if you look at the county, you know, it's really shocking to me, honestly, how low all these numbers are. But in the county, you've got 28, 26, 15, and 23. So when I met with the strategic planning group, I compared our score last year to Mooresville and Martinsville. We were at 17% pass, and they were both at 25. So, you know, we're behind those two schools. We were ahead of Eminence. So if you want to go then to the next slide, again, this is just, okay, this is the overall SAT. So this would be us hitting that cut score of 1,010. So last year we had 30% of our students hit that cut score of 1,010 or higher. And then if you go to that middle column again, that's the Morgan County results, and then statewide results there at the far end. So I think what I like about these analytics, and you can keep moving, is it breaks things down. So we've got a breakdown of 3 different groups and how they perform, and it's our economic disadvantaged group, it's our ELL population, and it's our special needs population. So you can kind of take a look at those scores. You can see that the percentage of ELL, English language learners, has increased to 6%. 4 years ago, it was 0. If you want to compare that to Morgan County, it's 2%. So we have a 6%. I believe we have the largest ELL population in the county. Statewide, we're a little lower than that. It's 9 right now, so we're at 6, but we're getting close to that. Special needs, we've kind of stayed at the same level of 16 to 17% of our population is special needs. And then the third population group would be the economic disadvantaged group. And that number dipped to 32% 3 years ago, and now it's at 42%. It's a little bit lower than the county, actually. So another thing I think you can look at, and I'm not going to go through all these, but you can see in this handout that I gave you, you can see how these groups performed on the SAT. For example, how did our ELL students perform in math? Well, 17% of them passed the math. How did our economic disadvantaged students perform in math? 11% passed, and then special needs, 10%. So you can take a look at that. You can take a look at, obviously they did a lot better in English. I thought it's very impressive that our ELL students had a 50% at proficiency, 50%, which I thought was very, very positive. Those are our English language learning students, 50% at proficiency. Higher than special needs at 14 and higher than our economic disadvantaged students. So another thing that you can do that they provided us information on all of our iLearn information. So you can kind of take a look and see, you know, if the elementary and the middle school scores were really, really high and ours were really low, then you can kind of isolate us as like what's going on there. But for the most part, you know, what's going on in the elementary and the middle school kind of mirrors what's going on in our building. So if you look at math achievement, where it says all iLearn percentage at proficiency, you can go back again 5 years, 32%, 35, 35, 31, 28. So, and then if you look at English is a little bit lower in those with the iLearn, 42, 39, 33, 29. I would suggest that that's probably a more rigorous test for our kids with the English as opposed to maybe the SAT. And then I like to look at the grade 8 just to see what's coming into our building next year as freshmen. And actually this would be our freshmen because this is last year's group. But if you look at the middle school math achievement for our freshmen right now, but when they were 8th graders, they did a great job. I mean, look at that jump. And so kudos to Brandy and her teachers. So they went from 22% all the way up to 33%. So those are our current freshmen. So we've got 2 more years. We need to really build with that. And then the last one would be the 8th graders in regards to English. But that, again, an 11% jump is very impressive, very impressive. Lastly, I just included here some English test blueprints. Our teachers use that. I included a kind of a what did we do to prepare our students. You know, the big challenge, I think, in our school with the SAT would be this. If you're a student that doesn't know if they're going to go to college or not, or they're for sure they're not going to go to college, it's really hard to get them motivated for this test. And I took the test when I did the practice test with the kids, and it's pretty easy to just kind of pick answers. I mean, it's all multiple choice. There's a couple short answer. There's no essay. So if you're a non-motivated student, then you can go through here and just kind of pick A, C, D, and do that. And I think that hurts us a little with our kids that are just not, they know, I've heard it, you know. So here are the things that we have done all year and we did last year and the year before. We have a math assistance center with Mrs. Nybert before school daily. We also have an afternoon assistance with math with Ms. Hauber. We have English remediation. That happens before school daily. We've had NHS study tables, pardon the typo there. That's student-led tutoring after school. We administered the PSAT in the fall to all of our juniors. We have the SAT blueprints that our teachers get, and they work with that throughout the year, developing study guides. They really hit it hard after Christmas. I have meetings with the juniors starting in January. We talk about why are we doing this, the importance of it, how it can benefit you. I felt like this year our kids really bought in. We did, again, this year offer a full morning and afternoon practice test. So that was a test, just like the test that they took a week later, and I proctored that. And the kids did a really good job. They could see their score right when they finished. And then we offered them a half day, the day of testing. So they took the SAT. We said, come on in here and let's really get after it. And if you get your mom or dad to sign off on a parent permission form, they get to go home after the test. And I think probably about 95% of our juniors went home after the test. And that's worked out well. A lot of the big schools, for example, Center Grove, they close their whole school down to test. They've got 800 juniors that they have to test, so they leave the 9th and 10th and 12th graders at home to e-learn while they all test the 800 kids. And last Tuesday, the whole system went down, and they didn't get to test anybody, so they've got to do it again tomorrow. So they've lost, this will be the second go-around. So there are challenges there. Any questions on the SAT before we pivot to some really good news?
Is this all junior information? I mean, is that the only people that take the SAT? Is
Yes.
the junior class?
Yes, the junior class, every junior,
It's everyone.
every single junior.
Okay, and then I do have one other question, and I'm just trying to get this clear in my head. So if I'm looking at the G8 math or whatever, right, the G8 information, like you said, the most recent G8 is our freshman class now. So if I go back 2 years, right?
Right.
That would be my junior class. So is there any correlation between that? Like, you know, the junior class, if I'm reading this right, in, say, math, in 2000, whatever, 2 years ago would have been, right, was 19%, and now they're the ones doing 28. I guess I'm just trying to get the correlation, like, how does 8th grade test scores translate to kind of, you know, when you get to junior year, right?
Well, I mean, I
I would think that, like,
I
those-
think we should improve personally. I mean, I think we should be able to get those kids and raise the bar. Our challenge has been we've had a not any continuity at all in our math department,
No,
and that's been a real that's been a problem. I think we're still digging out from COVID. We're getting close to getting out of there. Obviously, with the middle school, with that 33% is really strong, especially when you compare it to the county. I mean, I think that's the highest in the county, so that's outstanding.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to think, like, okay, if we kind of project that forward, what's that look like, right? I mean, we got
Right.
4 years of data at 8th grade here, and we got 4 years of high school, which those kids overlap at some point, right?
I would say if we can keep our core math teachers where they're at right now, we have a really strong group right now, I would think that would be higher than 33%, which would be a huge jump from us at 17. It should at least stay the same, at least. Our challenge is going to be this, and I don't know what the middle school did to motivate their kids, because in the middle school and the elementary, there's really no motivation, but the kids are younger and they're more excited about learning. How do we get more of our students excited about the SAT who may not go to college, and they feel like this is just a waste of their time? That's the question, I think, is why we might get stuck there. Park Tudor has 100% of their students go to college. I'm willing to guess that their SAT scores for this are really good. I think there's a correlation between our kids who go to college and what the scores are, because I think those students are probably giving the best effort.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out, like, you know, if we jump, like, the 19% group here, I think is the group that scored 28% on the SATs in the most recent data. So if we go to 33, if, you know, is there like a 10% gap between those two? I mean, we expect that to go. And maybe there is no correlation. I was just trying to figure out how to use the time data.
Right.
It's okay, we don't need any. I'll think about it some more.
Well, so any other questions? And any questions that come up, I mean, those handouts are yours, that data's yours. I've got more. I share it with Melissa and Brandy as well. They probably have it as well. I do want to, like I said, as the principal, I get to talk about the really kind of depressing stuff, but there are some positives with what we're talking about. But something I'm really excited about that we've had to keep under wraps for quite some time because we just weren't quite ready to announce it is, and I don't have a slide, Andrew's got a couple to do here, but the Indiana College Core is something that we're now going to be able to offer our students, which is super exciting. And it's a block of 30 credit hours of college level general ed coursework that transfers to all Indiana public institutions and some private institutions. And so that's 30 collegiate hours, and they have to fall into certain competency base. For example, speaking and listening, written communication, social, behavioral, scientific, humanistic, and artistic and quantitative reasoning. So you can't just say, oh, we're going to have 10 dual credit classes, we're ICC. No, you have to fit it into this puzzle with the right subjects, and you have to have teachers that can teach it. And so we are now, and I really credit our staff, and I want to mention these teachers because I am so proud of them. These are the teachers that have worked really hard, reached out to Ivy Tech. Ivy Tech is who we're working with to make this happen. Kyan Yakler and Micah Allen in English, Stephanie Nybert and Kim Haber in our math department, Nicole Kosick in our science department, Brian Willett in our fine arts department, Steve Reeder in social studies. We've got, and Shelby Dye and Tori McCreary in our ag science. And we've also got Betsy Gasbray and Samantha Joe. They're reaching out right now as we speak in foreign language. That's French and Spanish. So how does a student do this? Well, when they're going to meet with their counselor, but there's a database that they sign on to, and they put all their information. We are going to have some signatures required from Ivy Tech, Mr. Provo, myself, which that's our next move. We have to advertise it on our website, and this database, the kids get in it, and they start putting their credits earned, and then that database and that college core will then transfer with them if they stay in Indiana. This is very exciting. It's very impressive for us. I mean, we've got 27 teachers. So to be able to have this many teachers do what they're doing, I think it's very commendable. So any questions on that before I let Andrew talk a little bit more on it? Because Andrew has put in all kinds of time trying to make this happen, and I want to give him the opportunity to say a few things about it as well. All right, Andrew.
Yeah, so one thing I want to do is even highlight what we had 2 years ago versus what we're having next year. So if we go to the next slide. I think we have, yeah, there we go. All right, so like our CTE pathways. 2 years ago, we had 3 pathways for our students to go through. We had our ag, which is plant and science. We had broadcasting with Mr. Janes, and we had marketing. Looking into next year, our ag is looking at splitting some things, changing some things, and adding 4 pathways instead of just a single pathway. So animal science, veterinary science, mechanical and engineering, and horticulture science. You add that with the broadcasting and the marketing. We've also added an education pathway and a biomedical engineering pathway. So really going from just a handful for a school size to have 8 pathways is a great start to what we're doing here. One thing in the strategic planning meetings, a lot of this type of stuff was brought up, and so I was like, this has been a lot of work in the last 2 years, and so just trying to make this so our whole community knows. And we're talking about what do we do good at, what are we doing well at our school? Like, these are some exciting things to go. Next, our ag program offers 27 credit hours, dual credit hours through their program just by itself. So that CTE pathway, you can specialize kind of in those specific pathways, but combined, they offer 27 credit hours. So a lot of credit to Ms. Dye and Ms. McCrary. Dual credit, and we partner almost everything through Ivy Tech. 2 years ago, you can see we had nothing. And so like Mr. Springer was saying, we've got a lot of things going. I kind of list out the credit hours. So some of our English classes have said, hey, we've been doing AP. Let's make some of these dual credit as well. And so like next year, our honors juniors will take English 111 and Comm 101. And these are all done, like Mr. Springer said, with our teachers on staff, like right here. Right, like this has all been done. All the CTE pathways that we've added, all the dual credits we've added. These are teachers taking on that extra load. We haven't hired anybody new to get any of these programs here. You can see our junior English or senior English will take English 220 and English 221. Mr. Reeder is teaching U.S. History 101, 102. He's also teaching government So that's that poli-sci, political science 101. Mrs. Kosick is doing biology and doing anatomy and physiology. And so that's currently 32 credits, not on the CTE side, but on the academic side. All right. Again, pretty exciting. And so then if we go to the next slide, it kind of talks about the Indiana College Core. The nice thing about the Indiana College Core is that we can combine them with some of our, as long as we have an agreement with Ivy Tech, we can combine them with some of our AP classes as well. So that's why I listed everything we've got there. And like Mr. Springer said, we're still building. We still have teachers that are looking more into it. We still have some AP classes that we're looking to add. And so those can amount to a lot of college credits, which is pretty exciting for our students. I think on the next slide I have what that can equate. So if you get the 30 hours, right, at $350 an hour, you're earning, that's almost like a $10,000 scholarship, right, for college. That lowers that. That would be a Purdue, an IU, an Indiana State, public tuition. It would equate to close to a $10,000 scholarship, along with giving those students extra flexibility, right? Like, so they can take study abroad and still graduate in 4 years. They can just do some of the things that you can only do in college, but, you know, as somebody who I probably took too many credit hours in a single semester, and I didn't enjoy some of those things that I get to, you know, take golf or something like that. So I'm really excited that we can set our students up for successful post-secondary opportunities. And I think that's the really exciting thing that's coming on here. So just the last slide I think I have, just developing, right, wrapping it into our mission statement. You can see where some of these CTE classes, some of these dual credit classes can really help students, right, when they're starting to look at what do I want to do after graduation, right, as I discover my passion. You can see whether you're a 4-year college kid or you are ready to go to the workforce after high school. You know, we are trying to help you develop the skills you need to be successful there, and just to continue to look at what's happening after graduation and their next step. So, yeah, I just think, like Mr. Springer said, very excited. We've got some awesome teachers that have been working hard. A lot of them that are getting credentialed are actively getting their master's while teaching full time. So they're putting in the work. I'm super thankful for the work they're doing, and they're hoping to set our students up for success.
We really need to get this, like we talked about last meeting or whatever, about
Yeah.
getting out to the public.
Mhm.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of people that don't understand that. And, you know,
Right.
if we can break it down to,
Yeah.
because, you know, reaching out and putting, like we said, to other school districts to let them know,
Mhm.
would be great.
Yeah.
How does the partnership work with Ivy Tech? Like, what's their role? I mean, I get we're teaching and our teachers have to do some extra things, but like, what's the partnership for them? What does Ivy Tech bring to the table, I guess? I mean, other than their university, I mean, I get that, right?
Yeah, right. So they, our teachers are functioning as Ivy Tech staff.
Okay.
Ivy Tech's been a great university to work with. They're probably, potentially in the country, one of the top universities that offer dual credit. And they've said, we think it's really important to give these students a chance to have success, right? And so we're going to make it as easy as possible. We're still going to have our expectations, right? Every teacher is underneath the department head. Every teacher submits their syllabus and works with that department head to make sure that they're hitting the expectations of the class. Every teacher has to work and make sure every standard is hit, right? But Ivy Tech has been one that said, we think it's important to give these students a chance to enter into a 4-year, enter into a 2-year. Let's help them get their associate's degree, right? And so they've been great to work with. Fantastic. We had a meeting with them last week, and yeah. So I mean, they're just their goal is, and then if you want to go to Ivy Tech, right? You know, some of it's a feeder system for them. But the nice thing about, again, the ICC is this transfers to any public university and 3 or 4 private, I think off the top of my head, private universities, guaranteed.
I think they got it. So basically they help like us determine like the standard for that class. Is that, I mean,
Yeah.
they're working with the teacher, right? Is that kind of the role?
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to understand.
they really become almost a pass through. So they're helping us make sure our teachers are licensed properly. There's times where if we can even send them some of the teachers we have that we think might be able to teach these, and they can look at their licensing and help us determine whether their license or not, or what they have to do that. So it's really just them helping us with our teachers and making sure we can get the credits for these kids that are so beneficial for college and
Yeah.
save some money.
Look, I think that's huge. I've heard about that for years and years, and I think people like that. I mean, if your kid's going to college, that's a big deal.
Yep.
You know, I mean, both monetarily, and it gives them a little head start.
Yeah.
Um,
Is 4
big.
years in college is 120 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're going in as a sophomore,
Yeah.
right? If you get the 30,
Most of the time.
right? And as you can see, we've got the opportunity for more than 30 with the AP combinations and stuff like that. So,
Do you know off the top of your head if any of the local, like, closest schools offer anything like this? I mean, I know you got enough stuff going on, but.
yeah, right. A lot of schools are moving this way. I would be surprised. I don't know off the top of my head. I was looking something up, and what I did find, there's a local school, much bigger than us, and we offer. I think we were within now going into next year. I think we were within one course of offering what they have.
So we can, through Area 31 Career Center, our kids could, as freshmen, opt now with what we have to go into their Ben Davis University and could actually get an associate's degree. That starts as a freshman. And so what that is, it's a lot of classes through Area 31 up at Ben Davis, but it's also a lot of our classes here, which we couldn't even talk about that. They call that early college. So I think we're right there. If we have a really motivated incoming freshman and we get the word out, it's very possible they could have an associate's degree and a high school diploma.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you both.
Alrighty, thank you. Item number 4, public comment, which I don't have any signed up for. Assume that's correct. On to item number 5, consideration of the minutes.
Move to approve
We have
executive, regular, and work session minutes.
got a motion to approve all 3 of them items at the same time, made by Mr. Elliott, seconded by Mr. Kazee. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Item number 6, consideration of vouchers.
Yeah, I'm going to draw your attention to just a few things that are kind of out of the norm for a regular month. We did make a payment to Area 31. Those are for courses that our students take there at Ben Davis in the amount of $35,623.72. We made a payment to MSD Wayne. That is for some of our special ed services for our students, $49,451.35. And then from our construction bond, we paid for a bus, $99,712. Howard Industries for a refresh of some Chromebooks, $91,200, and made a deposit for the gym repaint this summer to Flora Brothers in the amount of $15,940.27.
I'll move to approve the claims and the payroll as presented.
Motion made by Mr. Kennedy, seconded by Mr. Blondell to approve both items at the same time. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Item number 7, consideration of personnel recommendations.
Not too much there. I do on the certified want to say thank you to Olivia Schnell and Janelle Boroff Shanahan for their service to our students. ECA, just want to say thank you to all those people who give their time to coach our kids. We even have some stipends in there for people who help with athletic supervision and things like that, so thank you there. Substitute teachers, always say thank you to those people. We need plenty of them. And then the contracted recommendations there you see, we had a presentation last week from Dr. Kaiser and David Colfax, so you have them on there for if you want to partner with them for their services. So that's my comments on personnel report.
Alrighty,
I'm gonna do them individually.
do these individually. All right, I'll take a motion for certified recommendations.
I'll move to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Kennedy, seconded by,
I'll second.
seconded by Mr. Kazee. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. I did forget to vote on that one, but that's. Then we have the recommendation for ECAs. Do we have a motion for the ECA recommendations? Motion made by Mr. Blondell. Do we have a second?
That's second.
Seconded by Mr. Kennedy. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Consideration for substitute.
Move to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Kazee. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Blondell. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, like sign. And finally, contracted. Contracted, which is the, what are those exactly for? That's for the,
So the,
strategic planning. and
yep,
the,
so yeah, Colfax is for kind of the marketing, helping us to
okay.
market stuff, and yeah, Dr. Kaiser's continued strategic planning.
Move to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Elliott. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Kazee. Any discussion?
Kennedy.
Yeah, excuse me.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0.
I guess it's probably worth noticing that in the certified, we also accepted your resignations.
Yes,
Thank you as well for your service. I mean,
you're very
you know,
welcome.
you didn't say it, but I think we probably all would say that, so.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, item number 8, consideration of student non-resident transfer applications for 26-27.
Yep, the only thing that changed were dates. So same application, same process. We'll get that out there as soon as possible and start seeing if people want to transfer. So yeah, the only thing that really changed were dates.
I'll move to approve.
We have a motion made by Mr. Kennedy. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Blondell. Any discussion? And that has nothing to do with the sports thing, right? That's just for
Correct.
students.
That's just if you want to transfer here and you don't live in the district. Yep.
Sure. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Item number 9, resolution to allow the corporation to apply for DOE flexibility
Yep.
waiver.
Yep, so it's the same thing we did last year where you approved this resolution. It allowed us to apply for the flexibility waiver. And that allows us on those teacher PD days for those to be days off for students. They don't have to do e-learning. Teachers can come here, concentrate on PD and that sort of thing. So technically, we're providing 177 days of instruction instead of 180, but they allow us because we go above the minutes per day that we have to actually instruct. But they require the board to sign off on the resolution to say that you approve this. And then once we have that, we send in the application for the waiver, and we usually hear back within a month or two. It depends on when it falls, because it has to be approved at a state DOE board meeting. So just asking you to approve that if you so choose.
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Kazee. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Elliott. Any discussion? Do most schools do that?
A lot do. Yep, quite a few.
Great. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Item 10, consideration of bid award for facility management services.
Yes, so for the past couple months, we have been researching what we want to do for our custodial and maintenance services. So I think everybody knows we put out a request for proposals that were due back on January 30th. We did receive 6 bids, kind of a wide range of both companies and bids were received. We took from January 30th up until just, a couple weeks ago to put in all of our research. We ran numbers on what we could afford, what would fit in our budget, what these companies were offering us. And at the end of the day, we felt most comfortable with a company named GSF. We have Josh Swart here from GSF tonight in case you have some questions. I'm sure you might. But they came back with what we felt was the best bid. They were the lowest bid, but we don't feel that we're going to get shortchanged at all because it's a low bid. We have checked references on them. They currently have custodians at Cascade, and we've heard nothing but wonderful things from Cascade. Perry even talked to their maintenance director, and he had outstanding things to say. I talked to the superintendent and the chief operations officer at Southmont, where GSF has been for almost 2 years now. And is it 3 or 2? 3? Sorry, almost 3 years now. Same thing, wonderful references. Some of the things they said were very responsive. If there's an issue, you talk to the person in charge, they get on it. It's better the next day, if not sooner. The building cleanliness is perfect. I mean, there's no issues there. I've heard nothing but good things. We ran the numbers on their bid, and we feel that there will probably be a little bit of cost savings there. Definitely on the personnel side. They can offer us personnel at cheaper than what we could do on our own. So I can tell you right now, there's going to be some cost savings personnel-wide. They are willing to take on our employees that we still have here. I've talked with those employees. They know that I was making this recommendation tonight, so they'll have some time to decide what they want to do. I'll work with Josh and give them the opportunity to talk with those employees and see kind of what they want to do. So overall, I think this is a win-win. From what I've seen, what they're proposing is they're really going to concentrate on night cleaning, getting this place really cleaned at night, and then allow the daytime people to not only finish up some cleaning that maybe didn't get done that night before, but really be responsive to spills and accidents and things like that. They do use floor cleaning robots, so you can see robots in the hallways, and that also frees up their custodians to not have to concentrate as much on floors and can get into classrooms, which is all a part of this too. So with that, I'll turn it over to any discussion, questions that you might have for Josh or me, and kind of go from there.
I just have two. So scope of work, I kind of looked at that. This does not include any maintenance things, right? This is just the cleaning and the.
So it provides a maintenance director,
Okay.
but beyond that, like if something breaks, we're responsible for parts and stuff like that.
Right.
So basically what we're paying them for is a maintenance director, custodians, and then you're providing the cleaning solutions and
All
supplies.
equipment, everything.
Yep,
So the maintenance manager, in theory, would be like Brett Everett's
Correct.
replacement, right?
correct.
And then the stipend we've been paying, Perry will kind of step out of that
Correct.
role then, so that stipend will kind of go
Which he is
away,
more than ready
and
to
they'll
do.
pick it up. Right. And then does your company actually do the work, or you just go find somebody to do it? Like, if, say lighting goes out or something, do you guys do that, or does?
From a maintenance standpoint, I'm gonna hire somebody that's smart enough to know how
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do most things, but we're also smart enough to know that if we need to sub that out,
Yep.
that would be like with what you guys would.
And
do
we
more better.
still sub some stuff out now. I mean,
So-
even when
so
Brett was
the-
here, we sub certain stuff
Yeah.
out. Perry
Like,
can't
there's
fix
certain
everything.
Things like I think you guys have Siemens or like you
Yeah.
have to call them to do a bunch of your HVAC stuff.
Correct.
I mean, if you had somebody that could do that for you, you'd be paying a lot of money because that's an expensive.
I guess I'm thinking more about, the breaker that
Right.
broke,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't want you to have to call an
Yeah,
electrician to get a
day-to-day
breaker
things. Most day-to-day
thrown, right?
things.
I mean,
Yeah, most day-to-day things, yes. If it's something that's
something like
outside of
that, you guys take care of that?
Yes,
Okay.
that maintenance person would be the person doing that.
And then the 3-day porters, there's one in each building, right?
Correct.
Okay. Thanks, I didn't
No.
understand the role of the maintenance.
Perfect. Yeah,
manager, so.
good questions.
So is there a charge, say that facility guy has to go do something? Is there a charge for the work that he's doing?
No.
For nothing?
Yeah.
Other parts?
Yeah.
How many people will you have in the building? I mean, in the buildings, I guess?
You're gonna ask me that. I think it's, so one maintenance person, supervisor, 3-day porters, and 8, I don't know about each, but 8 total general cleaners. So, whatever that adds up to, like 50,
Yeah,
Well,
here.
14.
14.
plus, outside of that, which is not in there, would be a manager that is over that too, that's not in that dollar.
And they're all 40 hours dedicated to us, correct? I mean, that's kind of what the math worked out to, so,
Yeah,
okay.
And
Yeah.
and how does that work on a Saturday morning? There's a wrestling meet, you come in there and there's a flood.
we figure out a way to get that taken care of.
Is that in addition to what this base price is?
Typically, no. If for everybody be 40 hours, that would be, what we would do typically is somebody would work less hours during the week to cover that Saturday thing, or it may be at overtime, not at your cost.
Are we overlapping?
If it's a school event, we cover it. If it's
Okay, that's what.
if it's like, something that's not a school event, then it would be like an hourly,
So we'll have
Right.
somebody here like at a wrestle meet or a basketball game all
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
changing you, emptying trash, okay. Not on overtime.
Yep.
And then,
I don't know how the whole system works, but a lot of times we have an event custodian type person that's
Mhm.
kind of dedicated to that, and that's what they do. Obviously, that's not every night, so they have other things to do, but that would be somebody we would have do all that stuff.
And then if like there's a sport event, of course, we can't put the trash up ourselves, so basketball game's over and there's trash all over the bleachers,
We get that.
you guys do that?
Yeah.
How many employees are we losing doing this?
So we have 3 left in the custodial department that would be offered positions if they so choose to.
As far as their retirements, how far are they in out years of service? Are they 1 or 2 year service people, or they got 10 years, or they got?
So we have one that is 40 years with us. We have one that is, I believe, about 20 years, close to 20 years. And then one that I think I'm not sure of. I think he's more
I think
like,
they're all vested and have 10 years.
So Randy's considered a custodian,
mhm.
and there's nothing we can do to try to keep him, obviously. I didn't know that he was considered custodian, but 42 years is a long time to get rid of somebody.
I mean, and he's out. I guess my question there
That's,
with
yeah, I
Randy
thought he
is,
was a groundskeeper.
he's outside. I mean, who's going to do the work outside?
We talked about that for football. They will help us
Well, I mean,
clean.
for every day. I mean, picking up trash, putting the mulch underneath the playground stuff.
Perry feels we can get it done.
Who's going to do it though?
Perry's, I don't know. He didn't tell me who. He just said he would.
I'd like to see more detail on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the concept of having a company come in and clean. I am a little worried that there's such a broad range in the costs of it. So, it's a fantastic cost this year, but then once they adjust and go, then they adjust. The higher that cost goes up, the benefits of what we're trying to do go away.
Oh, so I'm happy to address that. So that's not an introductory type offer that next year it's gonna be double or something like that. I'm happy to put together 3-year pricing if you want, that's with CPI is typically what we use, not to exceed a certain amount. So I did it based on what the labor would cost to do the job. And it's not gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna come back and go, "Well, you owe me 20% more." So I can put that in writing too. So it's usually, like I said, most of the school contracts that we do and other things that we do also, it's all based on CPI, not to exceed. So,
And I mean, I do have a lot of heartburn on the employees.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably hired in for a job knowing they was gonna get a retirement. I know they're vested. I get it, but vested to 10 years, expecting to have a career versus, I'm not sure I'm.
What kind of
prepared to
benefits
talk
do you
about that.
offer your employees? I mean, do they have matching type thing?
Yeah, with 401k matching 4%. So
Okay.
every employee, part-time, full-time, whoever, from a retirement standpoint. You have a medical, and the medical plan is not gonna be like what you have, be transparent, it's not gonna be like what you have from the school perspective. Vacation, PTO, all those things.
We've also talked with the employees that we think we can make something work to where they would have closer to the benefits that we have here through them.
So if they come work for you, you could tell them they'll have to go, they're your employees, so you could say, hey, you gotta go over to, Cloverdale today or somewhere farther,
No, they'd be here.
Oh.
We would, no, if you're here, you're here.
Is there any way we could find out what, if, of those three, how many of them can get a job there, and the pay that they're gonna get to make sure it's
They can get a job.
reasonable?
I'll
Yeah,
hire all
I
three
understand
of
they
them.
can get a job, but if they're making, they're gonna make $12 an hour, and
It's-
they're making
No.
25, we gotta,
It's listed there, depending on what
what
they fall under.
And I think what was there one?
So, for example,
Somebody else, one person's making more than what that is, which I'm happy to do.
so the night supervisor listed there to make $19.75. That's more than what we would pay. Day porters, your daytime, $18.24. That's more than us. Nighttime, that's more than us.
What's nighttime, second shift-ish?
Yeah, like 311.
311.
Yeah.
So they're gonna get a bump in pay
midnight.
because they pay more than what we do.
is Randy gonna be the supervisor? Is that the thoughts of it, or?
They would have to
I
interview
don't-
and see where they best fit.
He was a supervisor here for years over it. I've worked for him
That's the only,
10 years.
I would just, I don't know if there's any way, more of a package deal, and know what I'm voting for. I just wanna,
Yeah, because this is where I come from. This is hard to let people we know that's been here since before my time. I joke with Randy, I thought he was here since the school started, but, and he needs to probably retire, I told him. But, yeah.
But on the flip side, this is a problem we've been trying to solve,
Yes, this
right?
is great.
We've decided that we can't
We need to get it clean.
janitorial services in-house, so we're kind of at a point where we either gotta do one or the other, right? I think we've
Yeah,
proven
this
that the
is-
model we're trying to do right now isn't working, right?
So-
That's the one thing I've heard constantly.
so what's this gonna save us in the first year?
I don't have a full breakdown of the total amount.
Compared to when we were full staff, it's gonna save us about $180,000. And that's not including any supplies that we won't be paying for. That's hard to estimate, so.
That we won't be paying for.
Right.
So they know that,
include-
they
they
know
don't
that they're gonna be.
The cleaning supplies.
consumables, but
Randy was told that.
Not
Yes,
consumables.
we've talked to all three of that I was
And
making this
cool.
recommendation,
Chemicals and stuff.
depending on what you guys decided.
Small tools, mops,
Right.
all that type of stuff.
I understand the savings, I'm just worried on the. Could be done, but I'm worried about either forcing them out or forcing them somewhere else. Just, I wouldn't like it if it was me.
Yeah, everything looks great. And the referrals come back good and everything, so I know we need it, definitely. We need that, something needs to change here about getting it clean, so, but getting rid of people with 8 years of service is hard.
When would this service start? Let's say if it was approved tonight, when would it start?
Well, we just talked about this earlier, that it would be up to you, probably towards the end of April. I need about a month to get
Oh.
Yeah.
people hired outside the three, equipment, all that type of stuff. So it takes, get my leader in here to look at the building so he knows where everything is and all the nooks and crannies so that we don't wander around for the first few days.
Which is better than what we originally thought. We originally thought that most of these, some of these companies told us like it'd be July 1, they would need that much time. So when we had another meeting with them and said realistically when, and when he said probably 30 days, I was kind of floored because I didn't figure it would be that quick. And it would be my opinion to start with them as soon as possible. If you so choose.
We also have about 450 employees in the Indianapolis area, including schools, office buildings, medical facilities, hospital, pharmaceutical places, all kinds of different places. So that sometimes we move people if they want a job out here, and so along with floaters, people that know how to do everything.
Do they get paid time off?
Yeah. So for the people that, so he talked about Southmont. I didn't take it over when they went from out in-house to contracted, okay? Several of those people are still there. Most of them retired. A lot of people are still there that were the people you're talking about. I give everybody an opportunity, a chance to work for us. We just have high standards. I mean, it doesn't get cleaned by chance. They're all still here. They're all still, most of them are still there. So, the other thing I would say is 100%, we're not a cleaning company, we're a people company. It starts with people, so if you don't treat people the right way, treat with any respect, you don't really have a company. It's just not the way I operate. So, provided everybody's doing their part to the cause, so. And they'll have a lot of resources that they probably don't have. I mean, you talked about Cascade, we're cleaning some of their elementary schools and they don't have the proper equipment to be able to do it. So we're just kind of doing, they're doing what you guys are doing here, from temporary with us. And I just bought equipment so that I could do it more efficiently and better than what it's being done with their current in-house custodian. So, that's, try to do it the right way, so. But I would, from a paid time off perspective, I don't know what theirs is. I would be willing to honor what they have. That is a cost of mine. I mean, if you look at I don't know if you guys have our transparent pricing, but that's a huge, vacation's a huge cost. So if two people aren't here, I gotta have somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got $9,000 in the quote.
Yeah.
Cover that. And you said we're gonna work with them on their health insurance.
We're gonna help provide something that is closer to what they already have through them,
Yeah.
which we wouldn't have to do, but I feel it's the right thing to do.
How many of the three that are here are on health insurance? Do we know? Mariah?
I'm pretty sure Randy is.
I think at least.
Eric
2 or 3
definitely
are.
is.
Yeah,
Not sure
Eric,
about Alec.
Okay, Eric and Randy, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I'd have to double check, but I know 2 of the 3 are.
Yeah.
For sure.
When I said I didn't have the breakdown of the total cost, when Mariah and I looked at it, there were years we spent between labor cost and cost of materials, parts, cleaning stuff, anywhere from $1 million to slightly above $1 million. So that's what we were taking into account, that they're coming in at around 800,000, and there were years we spent $1 million or more on all those services.
So of these positions, do you already have a maintenance manager hired, ready to go?
I don't have one hired. I have a guy that I've been talking to. And we do all the maintenance at Southmont as well as custodial, and a guy that was there who retired, he's gonna come here and help. That's not in that, it's a cost of mine to come help everything get set up, cause he was there for, well, he was, again, a guy that worked for the school corporation when they outsourced it. He ended up retiring from the school corporation, or us, I guess, theoretically.
Have you met them yet? Have you interviewed them or anything, or is he just absorbed?
No, we was talking about that this morning.
No,
I'm
I told
happy
them
to-
how it would work
they-
is if you approved, then I would be the kind of the go-between to get them hooked up on starting to talk and about how things work and see if they're interested, so.
Is there any way of holding off but letting those conversations be taking place and maybe they're in there or not, and we can make it based on that?
You
With the
can,
match.
it just then depends on if we're not gonna do it till next month.
Yeah. Well,
And that's just another,
I know, but I feel like I kind of give up all our, I don't know if it's leverage, but I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I would like
But
for
I
you
guess-
guys to talk.
No,
That
but
way we can
Theoretically,
see
what
if
would
there
that change? I mean, we're still in the same boat. We gotta provide
Oh.
janitorial services.
Would be 3 people not losing their job, you know.
But we're saying that they're not gonna lose their job now. I mean, I get it might be
Right.
different, it might be a different job, I get that, right?
But if we
And
voted
different
in
company.
now, and I think if they're good candidates to be back in the school building, we voted in now, we have nothing. In my opinion, if I think they're good candidates, at least on my opinion or my vote, if I think they're good candidates and they won't take them, I'm making a decision based with that played into it. Right now, I would be
Yeah.
making a decision of, oh gosh, we just got rid of all of our employees and didn't give them a chance.
No, but I think he's saying he will
I
hire
know,
all
I know
of
you
them.
don't know me for that, but if I tell you I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So if I do what I say I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna not hire them. It would be up to them whether they want to come on board with us.
part of our RFP stated that they had to take on our employees.
Yes.
Have to take them on, but not at what level though.
I'm not
You-
gonna-
You
I'm
can
not-
say offer them a job, I mean.
But I guess I'm still like, what would be the alternate? Like, okay, say
Well,
say it doesn't work out, but I mean, we're not gonna keep 3 employees and do this,
Where I'm at
right?
on it, I want this to work out, and I want our current employees to make as much money as they can on this,
I
because
don't-
they have worked for us for 40 years, or 10 years, or whatever.
I won't, look, I want the best for our employees too, but we don't get to dictate who he hires. I don't want the rate he gets, right? I mean, you can not hire him, but then we still don't have
But
janitorial
this is us
services.
voting them to be, you know, I look Randy in the eye and say,
We
sorry.
can vote for it, I'm just.
I'm just kind of playing the other side of that argument, right? I mean, like, look, it's tough decisions at this point, right? Every
Absolutely.
decision's gonna be tough.
Because eventually we're
Absolutely,
not
if
gonna
I
be
can
able
help
to
navigate
anybody.
any of them,
If
the
he's
better.
gone, we just keep firing.
Other people, then
We can vote.
I'd like to do it.
We need more discussion, or we want a motion, or?
I don't have anything else to say.
I move to approve the contract as presented.
Got a motion to approve as presented by Mr. Kennedy, do I have a second? Going once.
Is it, going back to discussion, I mean, what are you wanting to get out of extending it another month?
I would like for them to at least, I would like to talk to them maybe, see how they feel about it.
'Cause
you know? I mean, cause I don't know if Randy wants to go do that or any of them.
But say he doesn't, what's the alternate?
And that's his
I can
choice.
say it's his choice, and I can say I didn't work for you for 20 years in this school and then fire you this second year I was a school board member. That's, to me, it's personal, but, and I should probably not keep those
No, no.
feelings in there, but it's just, you know, 42 years is a long time to, you know, to say, yeah, I voted you to go work for this company that you might hate or you don't wanna do. But I would like to get more, if they talk and you get to feel for him, you know, if they hadn't even met him yet or his company, you know, and have a good feeling about them leaving here to go to there and still be here would be great, but just another, you know, it might only take a week, but I know it's next month, but
But what do you do in the situation that, say, 2 of them are okay with it and 1 aren't? I mean, that's
They
the, I
have
mean,
that
like,
choice.
I feel you just kinda get wrapped around the axle pretty quick on this thing, right?
Yeah.
With all the scenarios.
yeah, I mean, I know it's
Like,
a bad.
I guess that's where I'm kinda
This is
struggling,
a
right?
great deal, that's what we need, but it's just that little hiccup.
Are you asking them to interview them before we hire them?
Well, no, I'm asking just like if they met him, like, you know, if, I would, you know, I've been in transfer companies before, you know, just kind of this uneasy feeling about, well, you know, there's probably needs to be a little bit more strict policy here to get stuff cleaned better. I know that's been an issue, and we've really had really good management on that in the past, but, you know, I don't know, it's just a feel for like, hey, he's meeting this company, and I wanna go look for this, and I'm okay with this rate, and I feel good about it, and if you guys voted in, I'm happy with it, and just, you know, talk to them and see how they feel after they meet him and see this stuff, you know, I don't know what all they've seen, if they're getting paid, if they know that they're gonna pay him the same thing, you know, in overtime, or benefits, you know. versus just coming from Trent saying, yeah, you gotta go work for this company. They've never met this guy, and maybe they like him, maybe they like the company, and it just may be another month, but it'll make me have a clear conscience on getting rid of people that's been here that long. I know it's another month of not getting stuff clean, but this is where I'm at with it.
I just don't know what it's, I understand what you're saying, I understand
Yeah, and it's
your
personal.
relationships, but I don't think that I don't think they're gonna enjoy
Right.
the option, or we wouldn't be having this conversation, so I don't think,
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't think the Langa is necessarily going to change the outcome.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's what we
And I
have to do.
don't know what the secondary option is. I mean, it's clear that we do need a clean school. It's not ideal, but.
Second that bad boy guy.
Huh?
I gotta do a second.
I just think they could have a conversation in contingent, they could work a deal if they wanted to work for him, contingent of you getting it. I mean, I would love to look at you and say, you need to make, I'll vote on it if you make Randy the maintenance manager. He's worked here for 40 years, he knows this building probably better than people wanna give him credit for it. But,
If I'm being totally transparent, I want people like that here. I want people like that on the team anyway, right? Somebody
I mean,
knows.
I don't doubt that you wouldn't take him, I just,
Yeah.
you know, I just would like you guys to talk or something, that he has a good feeling, cause right now he doesn't. You know, I've talked to him, he calls me every day over the weekend, stressed to death about this, you know? And I worked for him in this school every summer into college too. I mean, he did a good job running us. I mean, he yelled at me a lot for hiding and stuff, but it was, you know, it's just a personal thing for me, cause he's really uneasy about it. And, you know, I just feel like a conversation would help mend a lot of things here to make, cause we need this, we need you. I mean, your services for sure. It's the only hiccup for me is just the fact that, you know, I'll be voting to get rid of some people that's been here a long time. And that's how they feel. They don't feel that they're getting a new job. And if it could be explained better and met, just a better feeling. I know it's another month, but it's just how I'm feeling about it. Because I'm sure if you broke it down and say, this is what you'd be doing, you could be, you know, a supervisor again or something. I mean, he might love it, but I don't know if he's been explained that. Is this all I'm saying is a conversation?
It's a work session. I don't think we can vote on a work session.
table it?
I can withdraw my motion to approve, I mean,
Yeah.
which means somebody can make a motion to table it, I believe. with
I think
Robert's
it dies without a second,
rules.
anyway.
But can I withdraw it?
You don't necessarily have to withdraw it, without a second, it dies, the
But then
motion.
but then it gets voted down, right? I mean, he's suggesting now that we table it to review it again next month, right? So wouldn't it be better to withdraw and table versus let it get voted down?
Well, no, if you withdraw your motion, then there is no vote.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And then they could make a motion to table it till next month.
Right.
But if I leave my motion and there's no second, it dies.
Right.
And then the contract's been denied, technically,
Yeah, I
right?
don't
I
want
mean, it's
that.
been voted
Well-
down, I believe, correct, Steve?
I don't think so, is it, Mr. Harris?
No, I would say if there's no second, there's just no action taken. But if you are gonna consider it next month, I think it would be a good idea to have a motion to table
Table.
it.
Okay, I'll withdraw my motion.
If somebody make a motion to table, I'll do that.
A motion to table this topic until the next board meeting. Hopefully in that time, maybe have some conversations. Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Elliott. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
Like sign. Passes 4-1.
So I'll get Josh and those employees together and they can have a conversation and we can go from there.
I appreciate that. Thanks. Item 11, consideration of contract with
Policy analytics? Yep. I actually gave you guys an updated, it's actually the letter that we would sign. It's the same as the proposal that they gave us originally, but doesn't have a bunch of the other explanation and stuff in there. So, basically, what they would be doing for us is drilling down into our assessed value tax base. They can go down to a granular level. They can look at individual taxpayers and start looking at the effects of Senate Bill 1, but then also look at, if we are headed toward a referendum, they can give you ideas on what type of income we would have to generate from that. So they can do both the tax analysis and the referendum analysis within this contract I have provided you.
Move to approve.
I have a motion made by Mr. Elliott. Do we have a second? Seconded by Mr. Kazee. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Item 12, permission to sell outdoor equipment.
Yeah, Perry would like to sell the Kubota tractor that we had to replace. He feels that we can still get some money out of it at auction, whether it's somebody buying it for parts or somebody that wants to try to get it running. So he's asking permission to sell that at auction.
Move to approve.
Second. Motion made by Mr. Kennedy, seconded by Mr. Blondell. Any discussion? And that's one we've already replaced, so we still have one?
Correct. Yep, we replaced it. It was going to be cheaper to replace it than to fix it.
Yeah,
So that's why we did that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Item 13, permission to sell food service equipment.
Yeah, you have a list there of some food service equipment that we no longer use. So if we sell that, that would go into our food service account, which is always good because it can go toward other equipment that we need and that sort of thing. So it's just all stuff that, like I said, we don't use, maybe a little outdated, but somebody might find use for it.
Okay, most of our, outdoor equipment, we go through Everett's auction, correct? What would we do with this? I mean, do we just advertise it and then?
I haven't talked to Alexa about that. Mariah?
Yeah, I'm not sure if she has a restaurant
Oh, okay.
In the
that wants
pack,
to buy it or.
in the
with
pack,
park,
I mean,
don't know.
it was
Yeah.
another company that I think gave the estimate, right?
Oh, of what the
I thought there-
estimated value
yeah, I thought I
was?
saw on the packet. I
It's
could be wrong on
possible.
that, but I thought there was a
I'm
company.
sure she has an idea of where she can sell that stuff.
I'd love to have that stand mixer, but not $10,000. Make a lot of cheesecakes.
I could be wrong on that as well.
Move to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Elliott. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Blondell. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Permission to donate AED equipment.
Yeah, so we're gonna be replacing all of our AEDs in the entire corporation. Issue there is they all function, they're fine, but you can't get replacement parts for the model that we have now because of the age of them.
Even pads are
yeah.
gonna be outdated at this point.
Yep. So once those once our new ones come in, we've had some local churches that have found out that we're doing that and asking if we could donate some of those, and that's fine. I'd like to do that than try to make necessarily money off of them. So we'd like your permission to donate those to some places that need them.
Motion made by Mr. Kazee. Do we have a second? Seconded by Mr. Blondell. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Consideration of foreign language department field trip.
Yep, so we have an out-of-state field trip for you to consider. Foreign Language Department is going to the Art Institute in Chicago.
I'll move to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Kennedy. Do I have a second? Seconded by Mr. Kazee. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Item 16, consideration of concert, choir, and shooting stars field trip.
Yep, similar. They're going out of state, going to Kings Island. I think they do this every year, don't they? Yeah. So just a trip for them. You got the itinerary that they provided there. So making that recommendation to you.
Move to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Elliott. Do we have a second?
Second. You got it.
Seconded by Mr. Blondell. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Item 17, consideration of bands summer camps.
Yep, just like our athletic camps, we ask you to approve all these types of camps also. So band camp at Manchester University, July 12th through the 17th, and then summer band on-campus camp. You see the dates there running in July and into August.
Motion made by Mr. Blondell. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Kennedy. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Item 18, permission to receive a donation to the athletic department for boys volleyball.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to local union number 481 for $1,000. Mock Advertising, did I pronounce that right? Mock? Okay, that's what I'm going to say. $750 and $300 from Electric Plus for boys volleyball.
Wow. Motion made by Mr. Kazee. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Blondell. Any discussion? Other than thank you? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Motion passes 5-0. Item 19, other.
Just a few things I'll discuss. Want to say thank you and congratulations to Perry McCubbins, Dave Wiry, Minette Elliott, and Dave Frederick. Another year of successful bus inspections. Had a 100% pass rate for the entire fleet. So that takes a ton of work to get that done on the first pass through. So they did an excellent job. So thank you to them. I think that's it.
I think that's 2 years in a row, isn't it?
I think you're right.
That's right.
We like that. All right, item 20, final public comment.
You got one right here.
If you could just stand up at the podium and say your name and your address. I think you get
2 minutes.
three minutes.
2 minutes.
Two.
I'll take 3 if you'll give it to me.
Change.
Sarah Ragsdale, 9092 North Gold Rush Drive, Mooresville. I promise I won't say something every meeting, but I usually have something to say. About the maintenance thing, there was a lot of talk about the cleaning, and of course that's needed, but there wasn't a lot of talk about the maintenance side of it. And my husband does maintenance for Kroger, so that's why I have some thoughts and questions. But sure, we're saving $180,000, but does the maintenance manager know how to do it all? HVAC, like we have a lot of outdated items in the school if you look at the facility study. And so are we going to eat up that $180,000 in savings because we have to contract out so many maintenance items? Like I wanted to hear a lot more about the maintenance side of that rather than just the cleaning side, because when you contract that stuff out, that eats up money like crazy and quickly. And that's why these big corporations like Kroger, Walmart, they hire one person who can do it all. I mean, my husband does HVAC, plumbing, I mean, you name it, kitchen, all that for Kroger, and he's got like 6 stores that he takes care of. And so, I don't know, just money saving, that was one of the thoughts I had and questions I had, because maintenance costs a lot more than cleaning does.
Anyone else?
I don't have a comment.
Name, address?
Sure thing. Casey Honcomb, 1151 North Olive Church Road, Paragon. In regards to your cleaning and maintenance, I appreciate your conversations that you're having, that you are going deep into this. I would like to make it known that when we switched nursing to Hendricks, Laura Gibbs switched over there, so this is the same type of situation. They took an employee, they took them in over there, so this is not the first time that we've gone to a contractual source that has taken our employees in. So she is still here, and that has been successful. So it is something that our district has already done previously for longtime employees, just a different company. So within that, just please be aware that you have heard our concerns in regards to cleaning as teachers all year long. We had asked us to take it on, and then we were voted down to pay us a stipend, and then we have cleaned without that stipend in the course of this year. And that amount of stress on our teachers has put us over. The fact that there is a solution at the end of this is what we are looking for, a solution. We know nothing is going to be perfect, but we are looking for a solution that is not what is currently happening and reducing the stress level of those teachers. I hope that as much as the conversation that you are fighting for the 3 employees we are talking about now, when we go to have to make cuts into those teacher salaries, that those same conversations are going to be had and considered, because there are no more easy cuts on the horizon for us, but they are going to have to be made. So I just hope you put that same consideration and thought into it as we are going forward, and please make a decision and go forward with that. That was all.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments?
We have our executive session meeting Thursday at 6:30.
This Thursday?
And that's the kickoff of the superintendent search, correct?
Yes, yeah.
6:30. All righty. 7:57, if we can get a final
make a
motion for
motion.
adjournment.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, you beat
A
me.
motion by Mr. Kennedy, seconded by Mr. Blundell.
No.
All those in favor, say aye.
It was
They-
Mr.
They
Kazee.
all spoke.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
It all works.
5-0.
Yeah, 5-0, let's go.
It's by me.